I recently read a comment that said, even when the world is ending, you can count on Clancy to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go into work. And yes, that is absolutely true. And you can also count on me to use every single drop of any type of makeup, because right now I have such little makeup in this little primer thing that the pump isn't working, but we find ways to get every single drop, so I don't really care how unsanitary this probably is, especially during these times. I probably should not be posting this, but you know what? We gotta save money, because seriously, this whole coronavirus thing, guys, has probably lost me so much money. Last weekend at the grocery store, I spent, I think, $90 on my first trip. Then I went back 2 days later, spent another 50 bucks. And then I went back again and I probably spent another 40 just stocking up and whatnot. So that is kind of not good. If you don't normally watch the news though, guys, I highly suggest you tune in, because right now we are in unprecedented territory where everything is just so different. Anchors aren't sitting at the same desk as each other. Reporters are doing live shots from their houses. Pretty much every reporter at every station is working remote at this point. Like, we don't go into the station anymore. For example, today, I'm not going into the station. I emailed everything that needs to go in scripts to my producers. They're gonna have to put it in. It is just weird. And if you want, you can download the Local 12 News app, which is where I work, to your phone, and you can actually stream us on your phone and watch us live. Obviously, every single newscast we do is killer, but I am on the morning show, so I'll be on from probably around 5 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. And then I also pop up a little bit later sometimes, but I'm definitely on every half hour from 5 to 7:30. So since you're probably quarantined and just sitting at home alone, check it out. Also, guys, some developing news. You know, I always said I use 2 under-eye concealers because that is how terrible my under-eye bags are and how tired I am. Breaking news, I switched to just 1 under-eye concealer. I realized I was using 2 under-eye concealers because I was searching for perfection. Like, I didn't want any blemish on my face. I didn't want any hint of being tired or any hint of discoloration under my eyes, which my eyes naturally, like, I look so tired. Even more so than it even picks up on here sometimes. Like, in some lighting, whoa, it really looks like I'm dead. And I get a lot of questions on the makeup I use every single day. I think I'm gonna try doing a TV news makeup routine, just because so many of you guys ask the products I use, so stay tuned for that. But every single day I use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I feel like that's what I just put on my face. As you can tell, it's like really brightening. I really like this stuff. I used to also though go in with the Tarte tape shape, or I always call it that, the Tarte shape tape, and I canceled this step. This is out of the routine now, throwing that away. I'll use this on the weekends if I just want something lighter. And yeah, we're just kind of embracing more of our flaws. I realized, like, I need to stop. With makeup, it can get so dangerous because you can get so into, like, oh my gosh, like, we need to cover every single thing and like make it perfect, but then you end up looking like a cake face when you do that. So I feel like I kind of explored the whole cake face territory for a little bit. We are done with those days. And yeah, we're just embracing our flaws a little bit. We all have them. And let's be real, trying to make 2 under eye concealers not crease, not easy. As the world grapples with a pandemic, I'm currently grappling with the fact that my hair is white. I don't know if you guys can tell. The product I put in made it white, but I cannot curl my hair without this product. At the same time, though, it is a very difficult time. I do get a lot of questions asking what I use to curl my hair. I use this big hunk of metal. This is huge. Like, this is, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's like a huge barrel. I don't really know the size. I honestly got it so long ago, I think in either high school or college. And I really like this though, because it doesn't produce curls. It produces more just like loose waves. You'll see. I don't like the whole like tight curls look. I just like a little bit of body. The amount of hairspray that I have to use is ridiculous, because my hair is naturally as straight and flat as can be. So we're just gonna use a whole can, casual. I have to leave for my shoot in about 40 minutes, and right now it is time to write my scripts and plan out what I'm gonna say, which is very weird to do from this exact location, but times are changing. Guys, right now we are having a desperate times call for desperate measures type situation, where I am literally painting my nails about 10 minutes before I have to get out of here. I don't know how this is gonna work out. They're still gonna be wet. We're gonna live, but I realized for my first hit, I wanna show an app with my fingers, and there's nothing worse than my disgusting unpainted nails are on TV for everyone to see. We are going for the gold with this. Oh my gosh, they already look so bad. Why did I just do that? I just smudged it. We're just gonna have to let it rock because I don't have time to paint it again. Well, as I wait for my nails to dry, can we talk about the fact that as soon as this whole coronavirus thing hit and everything closed, we don't have access to all of these services like beauty and hair and all this, suddenly I'm like, I need it. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, before this, I was and am the most low maintenance person ever. I get a haircut once every 10 months. I get my nails done probably once every 4 months. Eyebrows, probably like twice, 3 times a year. And now suddenly I'm like, oh my gosh, I need it. I need a haircut. My nails, I need to get them done. One huge thing is that most of us don't know what it's like to not be able to get things. Like, to not be able to get things that we call necessities. To me, having a hair salon open, that has become a necessity in my life. And I don't mean that in like a, oh my gosh, like it's a necessity. Like, I'm just being honest. It's, of course I can go to a hair salon. Now that I can't, it's just the weirdest feeling. Hello, my friends. Right now, this is the most makeshift lighting ever. We have my cell phone flashlight because otherwise I'm just a glowing head. So yes, we're doing some lighting over here. Just got to my live shot location for the morning. I'm outside a local grocery store called Findlay Market here in Cincinnati, and we're gonna be doing a bit of everything this morning. We're gonna be doing some straight live hits with just me jabbering away, and then also we're gonna have some interviewees come, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a good time. And I forgot my lipstick, so right now we are rocking lip gloss, just flat out. It is not ideal. Lipstick is like my favorite thing ever. I know so many people who hate wearing it, and I get it, I agree. I think it feels like sticky and kind of gross sometimes, but I love my lipstick and I'm devastated. Also, I strategically turned my microphone off in this moment because there's nothing more awkward than when I'm having weird conversations to a video camera and people are listening, because yes, when we have our mics on, the control room can always listen to what we're saying. So they've heard some very weird things. Hey Bob, right now we are in uncharted territory, and that means you're gonna be seeing things you haven't seen before. For instance, here at Findlay Market, a lot of the vendors have their doors propped open so you don't have to touch the handles. Also, you'll see signs like that one. We love that you are here. We ask that 2 people at a time be in the shop and others patiently wait outside. That is to make sure you are safe. Also, if you come here to Pet Launch, where we are right now, this has been in Findlay Market for 10 years. Shell over here, for every single credit card transaction, we'll be taking a little sanitizer and sanitizing that machine. What's up, guys? It has been a while since we last spoke. Right now it is 11:30. I have truly not stopped working since 5 o'clock this morning. It has just been one thing after the other. I did my live shots from 5 to 7:30, came right to Kroger, and then I'm doing something for the noon at Kroger. And I also put together a package for the later shows. Then I have to do all my web scripts. And finally, 11:30, and I'm breathing, but I can't even breathe because now I need to really figure out what I'm doing for the noon mostly. But guys, something really, really bad happened this morning. Like, really bad. I messed up. I don't even want to talk about it right now. I'm going to talk about it when I get home because I don't even want to think about it. I just need to finish my work and do the best I can, and I don't even know if I want to talk about this on the internet. I debated whether or not I was going to include this in this vlog, but I think I am, just because I always preach that I want to be as honest as possible and we all mess up, and it's just not good, guys. But in the meantime, we're just going to focus on what we have to do, and I'll explain later after the noon live shot. Today is just not my day. And not just because of that. That does not even scratch the surface, because something else happened. And no, I'm not even referring to the mistake I was telling you about earlier that I still need to tell you about. I will tell you about, don't worry. But I'm referring to something else that happened during the noon live shot. This has been not the best day, not the best day. It's been a great day. Like, truly, I'm so grateful and thankful for everything, especially my health during this time. But there's just been so many freaking like blunders today. Basically, this is an IFB. This is how we hear the show, how we hear the anchors. This clips into your phone and this goes on your ear. But my IFB, 5 minutes before the show, decided not to work. It felt like everything was in a fishbowl. I could hear sound, but it was like that was a really weird reenactment, but I couldn't really hear. And I was doing my hit, and then I wrapped things up, tossed it back to the studio, thought it was done and dusted, and I could tell that Liz, our anchor for noon, was asking me a question. I couldn't hear the words, but I could tell. I just knew she was asking me a question, and yeah. Take a listen. I think we can all agree it has been crazy at grocery stores, but there is a little bit of silver lining. Kroger is hiring. We're now reporting live and over the Rhine. Clancy Burke, Local 12 News.
So Clancy, I know with other stores we've heard of them sort of trying to limit the crowd in the store. Has that happened where you are or in any of the stores that you know of yet?
Liz, I'm so sorry. I am having problems with my IFB, a little TV news secret. We use this to communicate, and it is just not really clear right now. I can tweet, whatever answer this is and message you privately, but I can't really hear it now.
Okay, sorry to hear that. We'll find out the answer as you share it later on Twitter.
So that right there was an awkward moment, but it does not compare to the mistake I made this morning. Yes, I decided I was going to be telling you guys about this. So before I begin, I want to preface this by saying it was a very busy and hectic morning. I was going from storefront to storefront in a place called Findlay Market, which is just a huge marketplace with a bunch of vendors here in Cincinnati, and I was doing a different interviewee for each and every half hour. That means I wasn't really with each interviewee for a long period of time. I didn't really have a huge chance to introduce myself, chat with them. Normally I'm with the same person I'm interviewing all morning from 5 to 7:30 or whenever it might be, and we're just hanging out forever. But for this particular spot, I was running around. So I had an interview at 6 a.m. in one place, then I was trying to locate the next vendor at 6:30, and this whole problem happened at 6 a.m. I showed up at one of the places, met the owner, we were chatting a little bit, but really we just had to set up right away, and our live shot was happening about 5 minutes after I arrived. I did my live hit with him. We were just talking about his store and how it has been impacted with the whole coronavirus outbreak. What are they doing to keep customers safe? I sent it back to the studio, thought I nailed it. Thought it was a good hit, informative, and then I get a call from my executive producer, and I'm getting texts from other producers, and I had made a very big mistake. What I didn't realize, and I don't know how I didn't realize because it's so obvious looking back on it, is that his shirt had a very bad word on it. I'm going to put it on the screen right here. I'm not gonna say it because, fun fact, like of all people this happened to, I don't even curse. I don't have anything against it. Like it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, like cursing is evil. It's just, I choose not to do it. I think it's unclassy. I think I don't know. I just don't like cursing. We are obviously not allowed to have curse words on our air. I mean, that is against the rules. It's breaking all kinds of FCC rules to have any kind of curse word. And for me to just interview him for a straight out minute with just this printed across his shirt, I'm not gonna show it. Yes, I could insert this in the video right now, but I'm not gonna show it because I truly, this isn't, I don't find this funny. And to have it happen now of all times when there are so many children at home watching the news because they're not at school is really, really bad. I am really not sure why he wore the shirt or why he thought that was gonna be okay, because it wasn't, but I explained to my producer, I truly didn't know. Of course, if I would have seen that, I would have never let that go on air, ever. I just didn't see it. And you know, you're probably thinking, it's right there. I think it's very obvious. If it's on like TV, you might be looking more. But when you're just meeting someone, I'm not looking at people's outfits. I'm looking at their faces. Like, I've truly always been the most oblivious person when it comes to people's appearances. And I know that sounds very weird. Even when my friends complain about breakouts they might have and, oh my gosh, my skin's so bad, I always look at them and genuinely say, I really would have never noticed. I don't know what it is. I don't know where I'm looking. I just feel like I look at people's eyes. I really don't know, but I've always been so oblivious to things like this, and I feel like an idiot. But at the same time, you know, I'm beating myself up over it, but at the same time, I made a mistake, but it's not like I saw it and decided to air it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't make a mistake in that sense. I just wasn't being as observant as possible. You know, it's like one of those things where I'm like throwing my hands up, like, what was I supposed to do? Like, I don't meet interviewees and expect that to happen. Of course, I'm not glad I made it. I'm really not, because that's a huge mistake, but I can tell you from now on, I'm gonna be checking these things out and making sure, but I've just never experienced that before where an interviewee would do that. I mean, I'm kind of, you know, a little bit annoyed at the guy for choosing to wear something like that on our news station where you know we have families and young children watching. And I'm gonna be more observant, but I just truly didn't notice it. And it's just one of those things, the only thing I can do is learn from it. That's the only thing I can do. I've made more mistakes since becoming a news reporter and working in the real world than I can even count. But one thing I do have to say is I typically don't make the same mistake twice, or I never make the same mistake twice. I always learn from it and I come out a better person. By the way, I texted one of my friends as soon as this happened. Usually whenever I make mistakes, I feel like I need to tell someone immediately, like confess or something. I don't really know, there's a weird psychological component with that. She responded that she made a mistake at work today too, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna make me feel better. This is perfect, wow. Her mistake is that usually as a teacher, she's a teacher, you're supposed to BCC the parent emails on any mass email you send out, which means that no one can see anyone else's email. And she forgot to do that for one of the classes, and so all of the parents can see each other's emails. And I'm like, really? Like, that's not as bad as mine. I was expecting you to tell me you, like, I don't know, got fired. Just kidding. Okay, yeah. How's the work from life home been treating you? Did I really just say work from life home? Obviously I meant to say work from home life.
Trying to stay busy. I've had days that have been slow already, so that's kind of tough, but like you don't have all the distractions at work. Just trying to be productive and get some work done.
Is it nice to like be able to like just do it kind of like in the comfort of like your clothes? This was the weirdest question ever, and I have no idea why I asked it. But luckily, Zach gave us an answer.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can just wake up and throw some sweats on and try to do emails and make calls, whether it's to clients or candidates or whatever else. It's just odd.
Yeah, no, obviously like just enjoy it right now. But if you're gonna like work from home long time, like long term, long time.
Long term, you
Love
love
me
me
lo-
long term.
Yeah. If you're gonna work from home long term, you should wake up every day and like if you're a girl, like put on makeup and like get dressed and like look nice. Because I mean, if you're just in lounge clothes every day of your life, I guess that could like add up. But if you're doing it like this, I would say just don't wake up and put on a suit.
Yeah. Stay safe. If you contract the coronavirus, stay away from us. Practice social distancing, so get away from me.
What? No.
You're too close.
I make
Oh,
exceptions for couples.
Yeah, it doesn't pass from a boyfriend to a girlfriend.
Nope.
What's your video about today?
Oh.
What?
I already told them. I interviewed a guy today, and I didn't know that his shirt had a curse word on it.
Oh, like it was like live?
The word was I had no idea. I don't, I'm not that observant. Like, I always say I don't see your, whenever, like, Zach will be like, oh, I have, like, pimples on my face, or, like, you'll be like, oh, my skin's so bad. I'm like, oh. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, we can connect the dots. Not kidding. But, like, seriously, I just don't notice things, and, like.
What did it say with
that was it.
It just said What? Did, like, they get mad at you?
Well, obviously. They were like, how could you let this happen? And I was like, I honestly didn't know. And then when I found out, I see on my phone, everyone's texting me, and I just, like, look up at him, and I'm just like,
oh, no.
Can I just say that I feel overwhelmed by the amount of People magazines I have to read. I got them delivered to my door. My mom actually signed me up as I think my birthday present this year, which I always enjoy reading, but I just have not been reading celebrity news when we have all this coronavirus stuff happening in the world. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of loving a good juicy bit of celeb gossip. Like I eat it all up. But I always say I'm such a contradictory person because I also equally love reading the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, more hard-hitting stuff like that. But lately, because of the coronavirus, this is proof of the fact that it is just taken over my life. I don't have time to read about how Princess Kate is getting personal. I just don't. One very foreign sight is coming home to a basically empty dishwasher.
That's foreign here.
I'm surprised you even know how to do it, considering this is probably the second time since we moved in together.
Well, because I always do that. I always put everything in, and
Yeah, putting everything in is not anything. I put everything in too.
I hand wash your glass. That's a foreign thing here. You say thank you.
No, I do. Come on, can you give me some?
Come on.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Can you give me some cred?
Yes, I think you're polite, dear.
And you do all of our boxes.
I think we have a good mix of what we do. We both are clean anyway, so we don't have to
Yeah.
crazy cleaners. But obviously, when you need to deep clean stuff, which we're close to a deep clean need. Do we need more cleaners? I know that's hard to come by at the store.
Zach is just looking for any excuse just to go to like the grocery store. I swear, we came back from the grocery store with like, oh, he kicked me with like 20 million things, and 2 days later he's like, should I go to the grocery store tomorrow? I was like, what?
I'm trying to keep us alive.
I've never seen anyone panic more than you.
Oh yeah, I've supplied all this. Oh,
I bought it. Zach got all dressed up
dressed up. Well, just put on actual clothes.
for a Skype meeting, and you got canceled.
Yeah, canceled.
Are you upset?
The fact that she did it 2 minutes before. Yeah.
Wait, can you say what you responded to her email, or no?
I mean, yeah. We won't say any names.
Zach gets very defensive when people try to spell his name wrong.
I've worked with this specific person. We won't say male or female. I mean, my name is everywhere in the office. We have like spread glue. You have like boards where it's like your name's on the wall. Like, my name is just ZAC, and I spell everybody's name correctly, whether it's a hard name or not a hard name, or if there's a little tweak. And it's ZAC, and she or he emailed me ZACH, spelled my name wrong. And again, I've worked with this person for 4.5 years, and I mean, I just find that disrespectful in general if you're spelling people's names wrong, so not just me. When I responded to her email, when she was asking me to do work for her, just my first thing was just ZAC, period, and then I responded.
Yeah, he goes, Zach, period. And yes, I can do what you're asking. So sassy.
I mean, I don't know. I just find it, I think everybody would agree with me. They would
Yeah.
want their coworkers of 4 years to have the respect to spell their name correctly and acknowledge them if they're asking them to do work for them.
Your sensitive side is showing.
Yeah.
You got your feelings
Get it
hurt.
right. I would say Zach, not Zach.
Zach, not Zach. That's a good one. Man. Overall, overall though, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope you appreciated the honesty. I think I'm actually gonna vlog again tomorrow, showing you guys more coverage as a TV news reporter, you know, covering the coronavirus, all of this craziness, us working remotely, not allowed into the newsroom. It's just been a crazy time. And today I feel like I focus more on just my mess ups, my blunders, and less about the actual workflow. But I think I'm gonna take you guys along on that journey tomorrow. So I guess it's not tomorrow for you, but just basically keep your eyes out for another vlog coming from me to you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and of course, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links all down below. I'll talk to you guys later.